I can tell you a thing or two about family matters.
Let me guess. Your brother isn't as talented as you, and his work is junk.
Those things are accurate. Your point?
It's all you ever talk about, over and over. Do something about it or shut up already.
I see.
Yeah! We're sick of hearing about little people's little problems!
So now that Vegeta is in the chat, I'm gonna go to his favorite person to watch me talk about. That's right, Vegeta. Vegeta, here we go. Here we go for you. It's your boy, Gonzalo Laura. Let's hear him talk about why he hates his dad.
Parents so much? Because we do. We in the West, young people in the West, I mean, anybody under the age of, say, 60 really hates his parents' guts, or else is just indifferent to them. They're these pleasant strangers that we kind of like ignore, or sometimes.
Wait. Is this what? Oh my God. Do you hate your parents too?
No, go on.
So, do you hate your dad?
Wow, you were not wrong.
See?
You know, I wouldn't say I hate him. I guess I'm mostly just disappointed. He's the single most frustrating man I've ever met.
Why do you think that somebody hates their father or is indifferent to their parents? The fuck?
Sometimes we sort of like look at them indulgently, but we don't really take them seriously. It's one of those things. But most of all, it's hatred. Hatred, not in the visceral sense of like, oh, I hate your guts. No. In that slow burning sense, in that sense that's more like contempt. Yeah, we really do look at our parents with contempt in the West. We most certainly do. Because we look at our parents and we all recognize what we see. We see weakness.
He's a fucking sociopath. Oh my God. Coach Redfield is a sociopath. Wait, what? You look at your parents and see weakness? Coach, you got kids.
We see arbitrariness. And most important of all, we see people who did not teach us the key lessons that we needed to get through life. Let me tell you a story. You tell me if you've heard.
Wait, what? Wait, what? What did your parents teach you? Oh God. Let's hear his story.
Heard this movie before. Tell me about these parents. You might have known these parents. Maybe these parents were yours. Where the parents, the mother and the father, they wanted to be your friends. They wanted to be your pals. You know, and they said self-consciously, "Oh, I'm friends with my kids. Oh yeah, I'm real friends. We talk about stuff. I tell them my problems. They tell me their problems. I tell them my problems. You know, at work or in the bedroom or the problems I'm having with my marriage to their mother or father. And they tell me."
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, his parents would tell them the problems they're having in the bedroom? Wait, what? Wait, what? How? What the fuck is wrong with this guy? His parents will tell them the problems that they were having in the bedrooms with his mother. Yeah. No, oh God. It's never a weak parent that will cause their children to hate them. It's usually, wow. But let's continue.
Tell me their problems at school or college or whatever. We're pals, yeah. How many times have you heard that story? Do you know such people? Are those people your parents, huh? Huh? Yeah, those parents who wanted to be friends. Huh? What the hell is that all about? Huh?
Oh, stop saying huh! Huh? 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 Stop! Stop, motherfucker. Stop. Or we will introduce you to asphyxiation in Minecraft. But let's continue.
Like we were all away in a sleepover camp or something like that. You know, some summer camp, you know, and we're all buddies. No, they're parents. They're supposed to do two things. They're supposed to give us love, unconditional love, on the one hand. And on the other hand, teach us about limits.
Wait, wasn't he one the fucking who also says that parents or women love their children too much? Wait, what? Does he? How do I keep better track of his videos of what he says than he does? And I have disdain for the motherfucker. How does he?
The limits of our behavior, about those behaviors that are acceptable and those that are not. Yeah, the love part, that was easy, you know. Coddling kids, that was the easy part. But the teaching of limits, that was the hard part. And especially with fathers. Because either the father wasn't there, you know, because a single mother, you know, divorced, what have you, whatever. Or the father was around, but he was a weakling. He didn't impose limits on his kids. And why would a parent, a father especially, impose limits on his kids? Because he's teaching the kid about the wider world.
You ever think that he had a very dysfunctional childhood? Like, he may have had a almost like in issue where for all of my people who watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, you ever think like he had a parent like Ozai, but instead of it being the father that was a strong one, that the mother was actually strong? And this is fucking armchair psychiatry, and I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. But you ever think like his disdain for women may have been because his mother was just like really, really hard on him and really pushed him, and his daddy was a pushover? Like, you ever thought about that? Like, wow, like you are getting so much into this man's fucking ideology about how parents should actually treat their children, and wow, let's hear this shit. I'm sorry.
That wider world out there, outside the window. That wider world where if you cross a line, you'll get punished. And that punishment can be a fine, it can be jail, or it can be a loss of your business, or the destruction of your career, or whatsoever the punishment.
Or maybe if you get kicked out of college because of an incident that you had, of a bad sexual encounter that you had with a woman. Oh, fuck, wait. Damn it, nobody taught Coach Red Pill that shit, right? And, like, my whole thing is, I have a 13-year-old daughter, and I am not going to sit back and say, if you do this, you get the strap. No. The fact is, you are examples to your children instead of forcing somebody to say, because I said so. You do this because I said so, damn it. Or else you get the strap. It's so fucking almost religious in tone. Like, oh, I'm your God. If you don't listen to me, we're going to get sent to hell. It's just like, no, that only creates sociopaths that only do shit because they don't want to get punished. Versus explaining the reasons why you will want us good behavior. But let's continue.
It may be, but out in the real world, that's what happens. And so a parent, a father, is supposed to teach that, is supposed to teach the notion that there are lines all over the world, limits, and on one side of those limits, it's acceptable. But on the other side of those limits, there's going to be punishment. And these fathers, if they were around, they never imposed any kind of punishment. Oh, no. They'd say, oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, please. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, fine. Do it. But don't do this next line. Don't cross the second line or else I'm really going to be upset. And it's going to be time out for you, young man. Oh, you did it again. Oh, come
Wait. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Wow. You actually... Is this his therapy? Is this shit his therapy? For real? Wow. Wow. When did this come out? Oh, wow. Okay. Shit.
Come on. Okay, fine. And you see my point. These milquetoast weakling fathers, if they were around, of course, they didn't stick to any kind of limit. Or, as happened to me, as a matter of fact, you'd have these...
Called it! Called it! Called it. Called it. This is about him. But let's continue.
fathers who were insecure, overwhelmed by their responsibility, and therefore they were arbitrary in the limits that they would impose. Yeah, this is my old man, okay? And this is something that I saw with a lot of other guys in different countries, by the way. These were men.
Oh, God. Damn it. Hypothesis confirmed. These videos are his fucking therapy. God damn. Like, if you're a Coach Red Pill fan and you happen upon my video, please know that all the insecurities and all the weakness that he is projecting on a lot of people, that's the shit that he actually feels inside. Wow. Wow. He feels that his daddy didn't set limits for him. That's why you see this bad behavior from Gonzala. That's why you see, I don't know, a story that he may have been kicked out of college for a sexual escapade that people said that, hey, he was kind of forceful and didn't exactly address a consent issue. But I don't know the fuck. Whew. Let's do this.
And who were overwhelmed by their responsibilities. They couldn't handle all of the responsibilities that they were subject to. And so what would happen was that they would have no problem in imposing any kind of punishment on the kid. And a lot of times they mark a line that if you did this, you get into trouble. But all of a sudden, for no clear reason, for an arbitrary reason, for really a desire to punish the kid, they changed the line. And all of a sudden you'd find yourself on the wrong side of the line and you get punished arbitrarily. And you were like, but I did what you told me to do. But no, they changed the line because what they really wanted to do was take out their frustration on the kid.
Hate the smugness in this shit. Like, got it. Like, it's always this smug shot, like, in every video that he has, that he's just smug as shit. And let me just go ahead and let's go ahead and capture that shit. There we go. And we'll save that for later. Oh God, let's continue.
I saw that in myself, with my own old man, and I saw that with other guys and their fathers who were essentially little men. It didn't really matter insofar as their socioeconomic level, because some of these guys, and in my own experience, some of them, many of them, were very high up the socioeconomic ladder. Yeah, I'm talking CEOs and stuff like that. But their frustrations, their inability to handle their frustrations in their day-to-day job or whatnot, and they would take it out on their kid by changing that line. They were never one line. It was always like, you never knew where you stood, and the line kept shifting. Yeah, and a lot of guys...
So, and this goes back to what Vegeta was saying in the chat. It's almost as if you're setting an arbitrary line, and you're saying, well, if you don't do this, you'll get hit, you'll get beat, instead of actually explaining what the problem and the behavior actually is, or actually, you know, setting an example. Like, no, I just want to beat my kid. No wonder why you hate your dad, Coach Redfield. Like, my father was an incredible asshole, but I had so much respect for him because he never just like, I'm gonna whoop your ass just because reasons. And my father was literally a drunk, but he sat down to take the time to explain shit to me. He actually admitted his faults, and he says, "Hey, I want you to be better than this. And here's the reason why." But to sit back and just say like, "Oh fuck, my dad just like arbitrarily just smacked the shit out of me," like. No wonder why Coach Redfield hates his father. The thing, dog, here's the thing, Gonzala. It's not universal. I don't hate my parents. I don't have contempt. I don't have, if anything, I have respect. And there's a lot of shit that I do for my mother because my father has already died. Because my parents taught me to help out people who need help. Not just because, oh, she's my mother and I fucking have to do it. Like, no, my parents taught me when there is somebody that needs help and you have the ability to help, you help them. Regardless of who they are. But you know, your parents taught you, your father, from what you're saying, because he's a weak man, taught you arbitrarily just find a reason to smack somebody around. But hey, let's continue.
Guys who suffered that kind of parenthood, that kind of arbitrariness from the point of view of the old man who would like constantly shift lines and inflict punishment almost at random, which it really was. A lot of those guys wound up with disheveled lives, basically, you know, drugs and problems and getting into trouble because.
Does he realize that, like, he also has issues that he doesn't like. I know the Dunning-Kruger effect is a thing, but like, dude, like, how the fuck, how don't you realize that this is fucking destructive? How don't you realize that this is actually fucking hurtful? Let's go.
They grew up in a household with a father who didn't have the one line. I recognize that this is a minority case. I recognize.
So one of the things that, like, and just judging by how Coach Redfield presents shit, something tells me that this isn't just a like wandering line. Even though like I never want to actually discount the account of an abuse victim, because Coach Redfield is actually admitting right now that he was an abuse victim. But also, it's kind of a story of an unreliable narrator as well. Like really, again, does your father have to tell you that, hey, you should always get consent, you shouldn't treat people like shit? Like, is that a wavering arbitrary line? Like, I don't know. Something tells me that that coloring that your brain does when you also always go back and look at shit. So something tells me that I mean, like, just by, and again, I don't want to disbelieve an abuse victim, because he is admitting right here. He is admitting right now that he is an abuse victim. I never want to dispute that, but also, like, it is Coach Redfield, so he's not exactly completely forthcoming on you know, being a reliable narrator.
Recognize that the majority case was the weakling father, the weakling father where the line pretty much didn't exist. Okay, and so what happened was that we grew up and we found ourselves out in the wider world, and we discovered that there were real consequences to crossing some line, and we hadn't really learned that lesson, that if you cross a line, not necessarily just breaking the law, but doing things that other people didn't particularly like, there would be consequences. We didn't learn that lesson, and in many cases we learned it way too late.
But wait. I learned that lesson, dog. I learned that lesson. I fucking learned that lesson. And there were some lessons that I actually was taught that I didn't really accept until I actually faced bigger consequences. Like, I just, because I thought that I knew better. But yeah. But that doesn't mean that lesson wasn't taught to me. How does, like, don't you get that shit? But let's continue.
We learned that there were true consequences, real consequences to our actions. And our fathers did not teach us that lesson. And as we grew older and realized the deficiency, the lack in our parents, and the fact that they had not taught us these things, it just created enormous resentment in our hearts. Enormous resentment and contempt for our parents. Something like hatred. I think the part that we hated the most, though, is this notion that we had to be friends with our parents, and that we had to listen to their problems. Have you ever heard of anything more absurd than that? I have.
Wait. I'm sorry. Did he just say that? Did he really just say that? He shouldn't have to listen to his parents' problem. Which, you know, in fucking cases where a child, a literal child, shouldn't have to address a parent's problem. But if you're a young adult or an adult and your parents are actually trying to teach you something of empathy and trying to speak about how you should, I don't know, learn how to relate to people other than just them telling you what to do and you're just following it blindly, but you actually have empathy for people, that's not a issue, dog. Like, that is... Dude, you sounding like a sociopath, man. My friend, Coach Redfield, you're sounding like a sociopath. But let's continue.
2 small children, 5 and 7. I wouldn't dream of telling them. Most, though, is this notion that we had to be friends with our parents, and that we had to listen to their problems. Have you ever heard of anything more absurd than that? I have 2 small children, 5 and 7. I wouldn't dream of telling them about my problems. That we had to be friends with our parents, and that we had to listen to their problems.
Hold on.
Have you ever heard of anything more absurd than that? I have 2 small children.
I pray for those children. And I'm not even a religious man. I pray for those children. I literally have so much concern. It's the same level of concern I have for Alex Jones' kids. Like, no, like, fuck no. Motherfucker. Like, ooh. I almost said I hope both of those are boys, but then again, like, do we need another motherfucker like this? And oh god, fuck. Let's continue.
5 and 7. I wouldn't dream of telling them about my problems. And even if they're older, even if they're teenagers, you know, if they're 15 and 17, or 25 and 27, or even 35 and 37, I would not tell them about my problems. No, they're too young. Okay, they'll always be too young. They're going to be my children forever. They're always going to be too young to hear my problems, and certainly not.
My baby boy, the fuck? Wait, what? How? Coach Red Pill seems like the guy that would be ready to lose his home on a fucking idiot-ass reverse mortgage scheme and not tell his kids because he is too proud to let them know that, hey, daddy fucked up. Wow. Fuck, wow. How does he not see this shit?
The serious problems. And that was the thing that I found shocking. I remember clearly back in 82, clearly the mother of a friend of mine complaining to both of us about her husband, my friend's dad, about how he wasn't satisfying her. I heard this. This was in 1982 in Miami. I remember it clear as day, in an upper middle class neighborhood. And my friend sort of like just shrugged it off, kind of like embarrassed. And I was kind of like, holy cow, you know? And this kind of conversation happened all the time.
Wait, how old is he? So, if he's like 52, 30, I was born in 82. I'm 38, about to be 39. That was... So wait, he was in his late teens? Wait, you had a hot motherfucking MILF telling you that, haha, your dad, like, your friend's mom isn't satisfying me? She wanted you to fucking bed her. And I hope he was in his late teens. Like, let's just be honest. I hope he was in his late teens. But yeah, no. Fuck. How, like, how do you miss that shit? God damn. Fuck, let's continue.
Where the parents thought that the kid was not their kid, but their friend. I don't know about you, but, you know, I wanted a parent who was somebody I could respect. Not somebody that I'd pal around with. Not somebody who I'd have to listen to as they threw all their problems on my lap. What the hell is that all about?
He is literally saying, I don't care about the little people's problems. I don't care about your little people and your little problems. Fuck. Wow. Fuck. Let's continue.
But our society has sort of like encouraged parents to act this way, to be pals with their kid, which is insane. I mean, it's the height of irresponsibility. Forget about not teaching a kid about the limits of the world and how behavior, actions have consequences, which they fail to do, of course. But this notion that you had to be the emotional support of the parent, I mean, what kind of insanity was this?
Wow. Huh. Wow. 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 This is just sad right now because, like, he is really making it seem like that when it comes to filthy, yucky emotions, like, how dare a parent actually tell a child that something is bothering them? You should only set limits by violence and not empathize with your children because reasons. I feel sad for Coach Red Pill's kids, but let's continue.
And this was promulgated, encouraged, fomented at every level of society. It was deemed to be healthy. It was deemed to be healthy for a grown-ass adult to inflict his or her emotional problems on a child. Jesus.
See, and this is the thing that kind of gets me because he's going back and forth. And this is like a tactic. And I'm sorry, and I have to do a little bit of educational breakdown. So instead of saying, well, it's a child, then he switches it to just the child of the parent, and then he's switching it to little kid. It's like, dude, like at certain points when you become a certain age, you should be able to share what is bothering you with your child, and your child should actually be able to share that with you. It's developing empathy. It's actually developing a way of your children to understand that they can come and talk to you about a problem that they're having. Now, I admit there's a certain age that you should not be bothering your children with that fucking issue, but you shouldn't also, even at certain ages, you shouldn't also not pretend that shit isn't wrong. You shouldn't actually build inside of your kids that, no, you should always show a strong face because reasons. Because that shit is toxic. Because it actually sets a precedent for kids to actually not be emotional aware of things that are fucking with them. But the way Coach Red Pill is actually saying, and he even said it, even if my kid is 25, 35, they shouldn't know my problems. That's fucking dangerous, and that's fucking unhealthy. But let's continue.
Christ. I mean, really, I mean, just Jesus Christ, huh? But I don't have anything to say to that, you know? You could blame it on the 60s, you blame it on the 70s, blame it on whomever, you know? Blame it on this guy, that guy. George Soros did it, or the Bilderberg Group. I don't know. I don't know who's to blame. I don't know where this decision was arrived at, this collective decision of our society, where by the parents would use their kids as emotional crutches. And so is it any kind of surprise that we, the adult children of these parents, look at them with contempt? Huh? Is it any surprise? I mean, come on. You look at somebody who acted this way and you're like, what the hell is your problem? Huh?
Dude, what the hell is your problem? Like, how do you not, like, dude, like, this is just sociopathic. Like, how dare you, little person, burden me with your fucking issues? How dare you? Fuck, but let's continue.
I don't want to have anything to do with you. No way. Mm-mm. And then these parents, though, on the other hand, they're kind of like shocked. They're kind of like, I did everything right. I did everything that I was supposed to. I mean, I want to be able to conclude this video. I want to be able to conclude this video, but I guess I'm not able to because, you see, all I see is just the disaster of Western parenthood, of the Western parenting style. It's just a complete disaster. And we who are left in the aftermath of this, we have nothing going for us. And on top of that, the worst part of it all is that we don't quite know how to parent our own children now. Because we recognize that the parenting style that we were the victims of, I mean, I hate to use the language of victimhood, but there it is.
No, Coach Red Pill, you don't hate to victimhood because motherfuckers do it all the time. My parents didn't raise me right. Now I don't know how to treat my kids right. Well, time to smack them around a couple of times, right? Fuck. How the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. Mind you, he says, I don't know how to end this video right with 5 more motherfucking minutes to go. Well, let's continue.
This parenting style is not one that we want to repeat with our own children. Oh, no. No, 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 no. In my own case, I've made up my mind that I'm not going to be like my parents at all. On the one hand, I have clear limits with my kids, and they never move. I make it a point to always be as even-keeled as possible, and to have a line that never wavers insofar as the kid is concerned. This side is okay, this other side, no, you're going to get punished. And the punishment, it's going to be swift, and it's going to be disagreeable for you, but it's going to be fair, okay? And
yes, because human beings always operate in dichotomies. Yes, there are no such things as growing or expanding as a person. Like, wow. 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 Fuck. Wow. How does he not see this as more damaging? How? Let's continue.
And it's going to be measured, and it's going to be appropriate to the infraction, okay, on the one hand. And on the other hand, I've made it a point that I'm never going to inflict on them my own problems. Rather, all I'll do is just give them as much love and attention as possible. And whenever they call me, I say, yes, I'm coming, every single time. Because ultimately, that's what children need. They need a parent who will be there all the time. But not a parent who will be there when it's fun for them.
Wait, didn't he just say that you give your kids too much love, that's a problem? Didn't he just say that shit? Like, this is in the same video, right? This is what... Oh my god. I just had an aneurysm from how stupid that shit sounds. Fuck. Fuck. How? Okay. Fuck. Let's continue.
Lots of times my kids call me over when it's fun for them and it's going to be hell boring for me. I go there anyway. My daughter, she's drawing something that's going to be really tedious. I go. My kid, he's obsessed with some little robot toy that he has. He wants to grow up to be a robot. What can I say? He's 5. Yeah, I go. We play this robot.
Oh God, he has a daughter. Oh God, he has a daughter. Oh. And it's not like, does he see the sociopathic shit that he's saying? He's like, he is lit. Oh wow. He's saying these petty little people and their petty little problems don't matter shit to me. Like, literally, like, wow. I am literally, like, I was gonna go back and play God of War 2018. I'm gonna have to get this clip for this motherfucker. Because, oh wow, he is literally saying, I don't care about my parents' problems. I don't care about my kids' interests. I just care about me, and I pretend like, and if they bother me so much, I turn to fucking hatred. Like, wow.
But sometimes I try to steer the play into directions that I find more fun. Like, for instance, with my son, I like to do like wrestling. That's a lot more fun, and he enjoys it, right? And with my daughter, I try to steer it in slightly different directions as well that are going to be more enjoyable for the both of us. Usually like hide and seek and that kind of game that I find more fun, and she finds fun too, and so we go in that direction. But you see my point. I try to give them my complete attention, but I never allow my problems to become their problems. I never let them shoulder, or I never demand of them to shoulder the burdens that are properly mine.
Wait, what? You just said you manipulate your kids to play how you want them to play? But then in the same fucking breath, you say, well, no, I never, like, being bored because you have to play with your kids is a fucking problem. And I'm not saying it is an overall problem, but it's a problem to you. And you're actually trying to shift the way things go, because why are these petty little people bothering me when I'm trying to do something else, or this shit isn't holding my attention? Like, does he not see this shit? Like, I don't fucking get it. Does he not see this shit? How fucking narcissistic that shit is. Like, wow. Fuck. Wow.
And insofar as my own parents, well, I cut them off. I don't have any use for them. I don't have any use for them because as I've gotten older, I've looked back on the times when they were my age or younger, which I remember, of course, because when when they were 50, as I am today, I'm 52. I was 27, 30 something. Okay, around that age. Okay, And so I remember their behavior. I remember when they were young, when I was a boy, and their behavior. And the older I've gotten, the less I forgive. The older I've gotten, the more contempt I have for them. And I bet that it's something that's happening to you too. But the older you get, the more you look back on your own parents and you say, you know, they were so pathetic. They were so pathetic. Why couldn't they have been better? And I don't really have an answer. I really don't. I wish I did. I wish I could say that there was something in the water, you know, or something in the air, but I don't know. Parents seem to know what the hell they were doing back in the 30s and 40s and 50s. But then in the 60s, you know, it took a left turn. And then the 70s and 80s, which is the time I grew up in, the parents were pathetic. And the more I remember of that time, the more I look back on that time, the more I look at those parents with contempt, behaving in ways I never would have dreamed of. And I guess the reason I'm making this video, you know, if for no other reason, is to say that you watching this, you who perhaps share my certain feelings about parents, well, you're not alone. And I think that we did get the raw end of the deal, and the best that we can do, really, the only thing that we can do, is make sure that we don't make the same mistake with our own kids.
Okay. Ooh, wow. Coach Redfield, then you have nothing to worry about because most of your audience are incels and MGTOWs, and they're not going to have any kids anytime soon. So, yeah, you don't have to worry about that. But wow. 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 That was enlightening. Wow. How did that fucking happen? Wow. Shit. I don't have words. Wow. So, yeah, we've actually learned that, like, a lot of these videos are Coach Red Pill's kind of like his whole therapy session because, wow. I can't. I want to shit on the man, and maybe it's because I'm a bleeding heart lefty, but it's like it sounds like he was a victim of abuse, and like I would wish that he wouldn't try to pass this behavior along to other people, but like wow, I have some. I wouldn't say empathy. I wouldn't say empathy, but I do have some pity for this man, this very sad man, and wow. I'm gonna have to distance myself for this video just for a little bit. Wow, that was different. Wow.
Hey guys, this is me, Crimson60620, and if you ever want to actually get some great art and help support my channel, help support me, check out my merch page at streamlabs.com/Crimson60620/merch. Here you can actually find great pieces of art put on t-shirts, and it'll be updated frequently with a lot of my other art. So thank you for support, and please enjoy the video. Thanks.